Hey everybody, Johnny B. Good here, located today in, boy, that's a good question. Somewhere in Illinois on Interstate 57. Oh, I know what to do here. Mason, Illinois. Today is Saturday, August 31st, 2013. I am exactly 538 miles away to Atlanta, Georgia for 7 a.m. delivery tomorrow morning. But here's the plan. The plan is I am going to drive straight through all the way to Cartersville, Georgia, which is about 80 miles north of Atlanta, Georgia, I think. There's a Travel Centers of America over there. I'm going to stop there and get me some fuel, and most especially fill up my reefer fuel, because chances are this load is probably a drop and hook. Now you know the rules, right? You guys been paying attention. We're not allowed to drop the trailers. We're not allowed to drop reefer loads if our reefer tanks is below 3/4. Even if it's off just by a hair or a gallon or half a gallon, if that needle doesn't go 3/4, they make you go and get reefer fuel. And reefer fuel could be anywhere from 50 miles, 20 miles, or longer. So you're doing all that run around and not get paid. Not cool. You're working, not get paid, and you're burning your hours. So that's the plan. I'm only about 9 hours away from Atlanta, Georgia today. But with all the stop and go, I'm gonna make that about a 10.5 hours. I'll be there. And since today, right now, is 11:57, so somewhere around 10 o'clock tonight, I think. What else? Oh, I especially want to thank you guys. All of you out there that commented about my cucumber experiment. I made another batch this morning and I peeled it. I peeled it and I took the ends of it. I still don't have the apple cider vinegar, but so I even took one whole cucumber, 2 pieces of bananas, 2 nectarines, 2 carrots, and a whole bunch of celery. What else? And I went into the truck stop and got me a cup of ice, put it in there. I tell you what, that ice actually helps. That helps the taste. It's 100% smoothie now, right? And it can't be a smoothie without the ice. And let's see what else. Yeah, in fact, I got it right here. And I still have some leftover. That will be my midday brunch. And I weighed myself today. I'm down to 201.4. Yes. Yep. By the way, yesterday was really hot. And today is no better. It's 96 degrees Fahrenheit right now. But in here, It's nice and cold. In fact, I can tell you the temperature here in the truck. The temperature, well, I kind of spoiled it. Let's just say, here's a pulp thermometer, right? I'm gonna put this in the vent. And I'm gonna wait until it cools down. I bet you the air that's coming out of that vent is probably somewhere around come on. You know what, I better slow down. It's 50 miles an hour here. Okay, it's down to 50 degrees right now. And it's still dropping. Yeah, that's it right there. Let's see if I can show you guys without. There. 50 degrees out of the vent. Now let's see what the room temperature is, the ambient temperature in the truck, without the vent going. Actually, you know what? The today's experiment is not so bad. Really not. I don't have that residual vomiting feeling. I guess you're right. I guess you guys are right about the banana, I mean the cucumber peel. That's the one that spoils it. Right now the room temperature in here is 60 degrees. And that's climbing, I think around 60, 62, 63. So it's very, 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 very comfortable in here right now. By the way, my wife watched the blender experiment, and she's got a few good ideas of herself, some suggestions, and supposedly she has a blender at the house that you don't need to, how do I say that, the cup is interchangeable. You don't need to pour it out. You just drink right out of it. I don't know how that would work. But I do like my blender. And I take it back. I take it back. I owe Oster an apology. It might be cheap, but so far so good. It was ice crushing, powerful vegetable blender. And someone of you, I apologize, I can't remember your name. You got to realize there's a lot of you that send me messages and comments and stuff. Someone of you suggested that I don't need to blend vegetables, and you know, a smoothie should really be for fruits and all that stuff. And I understand that, I really do. But from my perspective, here's why. For 46 years, 45, I've been pigging out like crazy. I've been pigging out like a pig. Excuse me. And you can tell, right? I've been picking out like crazy. And I've always thought life is like you play now, and somehow, someday, you're going to end up paying for it. Well, I've been playing for 45 years, neglecting my so-called, personal duty and exercising and eating right and all that. So it's now payback time. And I don't know. I guess it's time for me to get serious. Time for me to grow up. Time for me to get matured. Right now, there are two goals right now. Is one, the priority is my health issue. I really do want to get healthy, because there are some medications that I'm taking, and I don't know if I will eventually lose some of my medication. For example, I take blood pressure, cholesterol. Cholesterol, probably, I can see that happening if I eat right, exercise a lot. Maybe my doctor will let me, take me off on that. I also take for my thyroid, because a long time ago I had a hyperthyroidism, and I lost a lot of weight. And they gave me one giant iodine pill, and that was it. It took care of it. But for several years now, I've been taking this medication called levothyroxine. When your thyroid is out of whack, they give you a daily pill of this to regulate your thyroid. So I take that. I also take allopurinol for my gout. I have severe gout on my knees and on my ankles. What else? I take Prilosec antacid every day. And I've noticed that I can go without it for about 2 to 3 days, and then the old faithful goes back up again, and it's nasty. So priority is, my health, and then I want to take some of that medications off. I don't know. I do have a doctor's appointment this October 4th, and I'm excited to show up with losing some of this weight, and I'm sure he's probably gonna order a couple of blood work. I'm excited to see his reaction on that one. And also another issue is, as I mentioned earlier, a couple videos ago, finances. Right now, I'm really struggling to keep my household afloat, and so, and that's another thing too. For 45 years, I've been spending money like crazy, like it was water. And now I'm trying to learn. Well, learn is not really the word. I've always learned how to do it. It's the discipline part. it's the discipline part that I need to practice, and I know that's a lifetime battle, because dieting, exercising, and discipline, those things you really never overcome. You never win it. You can keep it at bay, but I don't think you can ever win over it and say, hey, I don't need it, What else? Oh, I got an idea. I don't know how this is gonna work. I think I'm gonna plan to go home on October 1st and go back out on October 5. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. I need to go back on the 5th. I was thinking that if some of you in the United States, would give me an invitation to visit your place with my motorcycle. I need a reason to ride somewhere. I know, I sometimes, most of the time, ride without a reason or without a destination. But I was thinking, if any of you would send me an invitation to visit you somewhere, then I'll use my Goldwing and pay you guys a visit. Whether you're out in Texas or... One of my goals this summer, before this summer ends, or before the riding season ends, is I want to be able to ride 1,500 miles. I want to ride 1,500 miles in 24 hours. There's a competition organization, I think it's called the Iron Butt or Butt Burner. The minimum they have is 1,000 miles in 24 hours. It's called the Bun Burner. The 1,500 miles is called the Butt Burner. And they also have a 3,000 mile in 24 hours. And that's the ultimate, that is the ultimate ride, I think it is. Can you imagine doing 3,000 miles in 48 hours? Yeah, 48 hours, not 24. 3,000 miles in 48 hours. So, yeah, again, if any of you out there want to send me an invitation to give me a reason to ride and show up at your doorstep somewhere, that'd be nice. Of course, I gotta save up for some gas on that one. My Honda Goldwing, I think, does about 50 miles to the gallon. And remember, I live in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Alright, so I think this video is getting a little bit lengthy. We'll catch you later. Peace.